big deal. Listen, so we got a dynamic show today. We're going to talk about these marriage vows, and the title is for sickness and health. And as y'all can hear, I'm balancing some health stuff. And Chef came with him. Yeah, yeah. And Chef, he did his part. He made me some ginger cubes and had them. Yeah, he had them and drop it in the hot tea so I can drink it. So listen, when we come back after this music break, we're going to get into it with our guests, friends, and we're gonna chop it up. So stay connected to 101 TKO Radio, and we'll be right back after this break.
How do I switch it out? I pull over like this.
Yeah, nobody would want to marry me, man. They just kept playing. Like,
You said nobody.
nobody would want to marry me, man. They just kept playing. Do whatever.
Get married.
Just meet me at the altar, please. And just, come on, man, right there, please. You know y'all. You might as well just do it.
Let's get married.
Let's get married, baby. Baby, 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 baby.
5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
Let's get married. Boy, that was the song. What year did that song come out in? Because that was the song that everybody wanted to get married to. And I got proposed to. And yeah, that was the song. Everybody got hyped. For, they said, I think that was my mic. Oh, so listen, before we get started, we are sponsored by Mr. LaRon. Will you read our sponsors?
Yes, ma'am. The Mud Room is sponsored for the month by Simply Beautiful Candle Company, LLC. Connect with Simply Beautiful on IG at Simply Beautiful Girls _ and on Facebook at Simply Beautiful Candle Company. Visit www.simplybeautifulcandles.com today. Playbook Investment Group, where there's no play like Playbook. Connect with Playbook Investments today for your investment needs. And if you're ready to make that play, go to at the mailroom 7671 and click on the link in the bio to Playbook Investment Group and our very own TLC Coaching. If you're ready to start building a healthier relationship with yourself, connect with certified relationship coach Tashawn. Visit IamTrinetteCollier.com and book your discovery call today. You need that help, so go ahead and get it. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, bestie, BFF. Thank you so much for that. It's never a dull day with y'all. Thank y'all so much. Listen, thank you for tuning in. What I need y'all to do for real right now, I need y'all to go ahead and download that app, the 101 TKO radio app, and so that you can listen to us live, and go ahead and tune in right now, because today's topic, we're talking about for better or for worse. It is wedding season, y'all. It is wedding season. Y'all just finished y'all anniversary, right?
Yes.
April what? April 8th. My anniversary is coming up June 16th. Oh, I got the date right. I got the date right. Yeah. As always, we always get it confused either with the 17th or the 16th. But it is wedding season. And everybody's happy about getting married, and and it is an exciting time. It is very exciting. But we're going to talk about today in sickness and in health. Can you stay married? And people forget about those vows going to the altar. You go to the altar, you're reading your vows. Now, did y'all create your own vows, or
Yes,
you did?
My husband is very extravagant, so he
did.
he created his own
Yes,
vows.
I did.
I'm a very simple person. I just think
Okay. Okay.
That's why I read mine, and then we did the
traditional vows. Okay.
Yeah.
So we did ours too. We did our traditional vows, and then we read something. Chef, of course, I had it planned for us to have it on a piece of paper. He read his from the phone. I digress.
he had a piece of paper folded in his.
I had a piece of paper. Oh, I had a piece of paper folded.
I had it written out. I had mine written out on a nice little, piece of paper or whatnot. He was supposed to read his on the piece of paper. He read his on the phone.
On the phone? Oh. Okay.
And then he was.
It's an electronic piece of paper.
Yeah, but he was scrolling up, and I was like, so. But listen, the traditional vows. I want y'all to listen to this. The traditional vows say, I, your name, take the other person's name, your spouse's name, to be my wife or husband, to have and to hold, from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poor, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish, till death do us part, to death us do part, according to God's holy law. In the presence of God, I make this vow. Now, these vows are not in the Bible, but they are inspired by God. And when you put together godly principles of marriage, love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud, it is not rude, it is not self seeking, it is not easily angered, it keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. And so the vows are taken from three scriptures: Ephesians, um, Genesis, and Matthew. And they're inspired for people to stay married, right?
Okay.
But the thing is, people are not really honoring these vows. And what's happening is people are misled by social media, by their friends, by what they think is supposed to happen in marriage. Now, I tell people, I'm a certified relationship coach,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't dwell in the marriage and dating sector simply because people don't want to do the steps to get married or to start dating or whatnot. And there is more to just finding a man. I have a lot of friends who say, I want to get married. I want to get married. And the first question I ask them, why?
Mm-hmm.
Why do you want to get married?
That's a good question.
What is it about marriage that attracts you
Mm-hmm.
and you want to spend your life with that person?
Okay.
So, listen, when we come back after this music break, we're going to start talking about this question. Why do you want to get married? And what are these vows? What do these vows mean? Because today we're talking about in sickness and health. And we're going to share, both LaRon and I, we're going to share some parts of a marriage that y'all going to really rethink. Now, I'm not discouraging marriage, but what I want people to understand, there's more to marriage than walking down the altar.
Yes.
Okay. So listen, I need y'all to stay connected, stay tuned to 101 TKO Radio. And the mailroom will be right back.
Guys, hope y'all download the 101 app to listen to us live on the radio as well. You can call in and whatnot, but invited today. So we're doing it live. So
That's the way love goes. That's the way love goes. It goes. It goes.
Hey, do y'all think she changed the tone of her voice with pinching her nose?
Who? Oh, Janet.
And
5, 4,
Okay, so we'll be
3,
right back.
2, and
Love goes. Woo! And we are back with the mailroom to Shine and Friends live on 101tkoradio.com. Listen, make sure y'all have downloaded the app right now. Download the app. Listen, before we left, we were talking about our topic for today in sickness and health, right? So I've been married. This is my second time being married. And so my parents were married for close to 30 years before my dad died. And so both of them had cancer as entrepreneurs. My mom she was 2 times a breast cancer survivor, and my dad had colon cancer. He died from colon cancer. And so they literally were running their business while each other. So my mom got cancer first. So my dad had to take care of her, still run the business and take care of us. Then a couple of years passed, and my dad got colon cancer. So the roles were reversed. So I watched my parents take care of each other, right? And when I say take care, I'm talking about my dad had gotten to the point where he had to wear bottoms, Pampers,
okay.
and he was on morphine and so forth. So my mom had to clean him and so forth. And same way with my mom. And so, I thought that I could do the same thing because this is just admirable for me. I'm like they're helping each other. So when I got married the first time, and the first time my ex-husband got sick, he just had a little virus,
Okay.
stomach virus or whatever. But I just knew that I was the ultimate wife, right? I'm like, I'm doing everything else and so forth. But the first time he got sick, he threw up and it came out of both ends at the house. And it was upstairs. Why do I remember that vividly? Because I remember being downstairs.
You
And
smelled it all?
yes, it was, when you have a virus, it throw up and all of that, it lingers, it stinks. And I remember him messing up my bathroom. And all I kept saying was, who was going to clean that up? Like, you didn't boo boo from both ends of your body. And it was nasty, right? And so I just remember sitting on the couch and I was just like, and he was throwing up and I'm mad. And then I'm thinking, like, who's going to clean this up? He's sick and he cleans up and we married, right? I knew then that I was not ready to be the housewife. I was not ready to be the housewife. And so we find out these things. We don't think about these things until later. And so what happens is is that Siri?
That's me.
That's you.
Yeah.
You know what?
I'm trying to turn it down. It won't go down.
This bestie over here.
I'm not besting today, huh?
You're not besting today. So what happens is,
Like his phone be on the screen. It's like, give me him a kick right now.
that darn Siri, she's trying to.
I didn't get that. Could you try
did
again?
I didn't get that. Say it one more time.
Siri, that's okay. Go ahead and log off, Siri. We need you right now. But I knew that I wasn't ready for marriage. I thought I was, but then after that incident, I was like,
So I would say, don't say you weren't ready for marriage. You just weren't ready for him to be sick, and you weren't ready to be introduced to his bodily fluids in that manner.
right, I wasn't ready to be married. You see what I'm saying?
I
I wasn't mature enough for that part because
I don't know, maybe because I'm a natural caretaker, so that doesn't really bother me.
right. Even though I'm a caretaker in other things, like I can nurture you in your finances and motivation and whatnot, but I didn't know the whole package. And this is what happens when people get married. You're good in one area, and we take that right,
Yeah.
and we're like,
because even if my friend and
right.
we weren't in an intense relationship, if you sick and you can't, I would help.
I could take care of you. I could bring you soup and whatnot, but those bodily fluids,
I would have my nose turned up and I'd probably think in my head, oh, this stinking rascal here, but I would still do it.
And that's why I said I wasn't mature at that time. So I wasn't ready for marriage because in marriage, we don't think about those vows in sickness and health. So we think about sickness, we're thinking about colds, the flu or something like that. But we don't think about the deeper details of being sick.
Well, I guess I
and then
take that in a different perspective.
Yeah.
Because he is,
right.
I'm married to somebody who's chronically sick.
Right. And that's what we're going to talk about today because it's a different level. So at that time for me, no, I wasn't, I can admit that now years to, decades later, I wasn't mature and I wasn't ready for marriage because in my head, marriage, we were supposed to be healthy. We're supposed to just, have a common cold or whatever.
I believe that's the average thought of anybody that's in a relationship or married at this point.
Right. Right.
Minor sicknesses.
Exactly. Right. And that's the problem that's happening now. People are getting married and they don't know the details of their vows. So even with the richer and poor, I was watching Sarita Jakes and TD Jakes, and they had this session going. It's called, I forgot what it was, but it was a really, really great session. And they were talking about their marriage and they were talking about the vows in sickness and health, richer and poor. We don't understand that until we're in these marriages. And what happens is we get into the marriage and we're like, okay, well, we can handle this, that, and other. But the truth of the matter is you have to ask yourself, can you really handle this? Now, years later, again, after our divorce and whatnot, I had to sit back and I understood. That's when God had to show me what marriage really was. So he had to take me back through the scriptures, and he had to show me what it is meant to be a wife and what it is to be a husband and what marriage is so I could be ready for my new husband. So now that I'm, fast forward, I'm married and so forth. So our marriage has been tested from day one. And so now recently he was hit with a medical issue. And it's like, boom, now that I'm in a mature place, I know how to handle that. You know what I'm saying? And it is in sickness and health.
Mhm.
In an average person, if you were just married, you probably would be like, I can't handle this. I've actually had some friends who got divorced because they could not handle their spouse being sick. You see what I'm saying? So what I want to do today, we're going to talk about your journey being married. And Lisa, you're a wife, and Lauren, you're the husband. But instead of uh, Lisa's not sick, it's you that is dealing with an illness.
Mhm.
So let's jump into this. Let's talk about what it is what do those vows mean? Sorry, y'all, I'm stuttering. My voice is going in and out, so y'all forgive me. But what does it mean to you for sickness and in health? In sickness and in health, what do those vows mean to you all?
Um, no, I don't. Not to speak up for her. I know hers is more likely different,
Mm-hmm.
and which we still. Well, yeah. I'm just saying, but we still may have some comparisons when it comes to it. But I come from a previous marriage
Mm-hmm.
that not only did I become sick, it seemed as though she was always going through deep depression ever since from the beginning of the marriage. And so then I always had my parents as well. I saw that dynamic of my mom having cancer and my dad being alcoholic, and my mom being sick and me having to take care of my mom.
Mm-hmm.
And so I personally think, not looking at scripture, I think I lived through what marriage was supposed to be, viewing what my mom and my dad
Mm-hmm.
did and did not do.
Mm-hmm.
And I really honestly feel to this day, this is the reason why I am why I am, and how you was joking on me on a couple episodes, me being Mr. Saberman, I thought I had to go out and save people and whatnot and stuff. But anyway, so long story short, it is a different dynamic because how society puts that weight on a man, what he's supposed to be.
Okay.
But then you end up being sick because I come from not being able to walk.
Okay.
I come from not having money in my bank account and not working to thinking who's going to love me,
Right.
So.
Okay. So what you're going to share with us today, you have MS.
Yes.
Okay. So tell us about MS and what the details of it.
All right. So multiple sclerosis is an autoimmune disease that attacks your central nervous system, mainly your myelin sheaths around your nerves. And if you can put it in visual, think about a rat chewing the coating off a electrical wire.
Okay.
And so you have all your nerves in your system. Then once you get a lesion, which that is a scar wherever throughout on your nerve system, is because the coating, the myelin sheath off your nerve is exposed.
Okay.
And so the current is coming through. It's not going through.
Okay.
It's not coated.
Okay.
Yeah, the conduct thing. So
blocks it or jumps over it and makes it overreactive or underreactive.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Wow. So how long have you had MS?
They diagnosed me 2011.
Okay.
But I started showing signs when I was in middle school.
Oh wow.
I
Okay.
didn't know it.
Okay. So listen, we're gonna take a quick music break, and when we come back, we're gonna talk more with Lauren and his wife Lisa about MS and how it has affected him and in their marriage and so forth. Because again, this is part of those vows in sickness and in health. And I'm gonna talk more with his wife Lisa because she is pretty much like a caretaker in this situation. And so again, I want to we're not here to discourage anybody about getting married, but we just want to talk about these vows that sometimes we tend to skip over when we're walking down those aisles. So listen, stay connected. Make sure you have downloaded that app, 101 TKO Radio, and we'll be right back with the mailroom. What is that?
Why you put the Chris Brown song on?
Be sure to the lady just like you.
Benadryl got her.
Yeah. We are back live in the studio, 101 TKO Radio in the mailroom. I think I overdosed on my Mucinex and this Dayquil. I know I took the orange pills, but for some reason I feel like I took the green one, y'all. I did that the other day. I took the NyQuil during the daytime. I mixed up my pills, and I was so sleepy with those kids, y'all. Y'all gotta forgive me. Oh my God, I feel a sleepiness coming on right now. But y'all gotta we might have to change up this playlist of Nelson. The love songs put me to sleep, and oh Lord Jesus. All right, so listen, we are back in the studio. We are talking about these vows, for better or for worse. And again, it's wedding season, and a lot of people are walking down the aisles and they're excited. It's a good thing. It's a great thing. But we don't understand these vows. I feel like a lot of us don't understand these vows. And we were talking with LeBron. He was sharing with us that he has MS, and you've had it since you were pretty much a teen.
Yeah.
Okay.
I started getting. I was playing basketball for school. My
Mhm.
serious first sign was 17, 18. I was playing basketball for school,
Okay.
and these 4 occurrences, I became paralyzed.
Mm.
And
Okay.
the only thing that the hospital could tell me, oh, you having serious spasm issues where your muscles is messing with your spine and stuff. And I
Right.
would be paralyzed for maybe like 2 days
Okay.
to the most.
Wow.
So it wasn't anything that then I was having seizures earlier than that.
Okay.
So, but yeah.
Wow. So fast forward, you had these seizures and you're going through life
Mhm.
and so forth. And then you get married to Lisa. Lisa knew that you had MS.
Mhm.
Did she or did she not?
No, I did not know.
You did not know. Okay.
Okay, so
Okay.
he's told the story numerous times, and we'll go over it kind of quickly. He came. I work in a pharmacy, so
Okay.
when I first met him, the first thing I see when I meet somebody is the name, the date of birth, what
Mm-hmm.
they look like in front of me,
Uh-huh.
and their medication list. And to me, your medication list tells me a lot about who you
Right,
are and what you
right.
went through and what you went on with you. And I looked at him and I was like, oh, let's look at him. And I looked at his medication and I was like, damn. But what is wrong with this boy? He got so much stuff going on. He had like
I had 32,
20 medicines.
32
Wow.
actually, 3 times a day.
Wow.
And it was like, oh, he would be a cool person. And he was cool to have a conversation with.
Yeah.
But, we take a lot of medicine. What's going on?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know. And then when he did tell me about it, I was like, oh, okay. I can
Okay.
understand.
Yeah.
And again, a lot of the medicines for him are just treatment based on his symptoms.
Right.
They pick a symptom and they give you a medication based on it.
Right.
Well, she
Right.
didn't tell you that she started researching MS too, though.
I did.
Well, yeah. I mean, if
but-
you're
but
thinking,
because I'm working in pharmacy now, I
right.
can see that there are other people that have this. And oh, okay. So
Yeah.
that's why they're taking this medicine.
She
but-
was researching for me.
Oh my God.
Oh, see, you know what? You know what?
I'm a woman who's always wanted to be in the medical field, so I kind of knew what it was. I didn't know the great details on it.
Okay.
And from there, we started dating.
Mm-hmm.
I did have a couple people question, are you okay with dating someone who has a chronic illness,
Mhm.
who has the capacity to be handicapped
Mhm.
or disabled?
Mm-hmm.
And my thing was, sure, why not?
Okay.
Because they're human too.
Right. Right.
And then at the end of the day, I can get in a car accident tomorrow, and I could be the one that's crippled.
Right. So you went in knowing that this was going to be your life.
Yeah.
Okay. And how did that make you? I mean, so you already had a positive attitude about it. You were ready for this journey.
I ain't gonna say
No.
that.
Okay.
I ain't gonna say that.
Okay.
You're never ready.
Right.
You're never ready.
Right. Right.
You're never ready.
You're never ready
Because
for
could
it.
be anything.
Right.
Especially with this.
Yeah.
This is so unexpected.
Okay.
When it want to come.
Mhm.
So again, I take the perspective of it could be as simple as I'm healthy, I'm well, I'm
Right.
fine.
Right.
But I
Right.
could trip and fall the wrong way and it give me a concussion and I
Right.
can now have something that debilitates me, and I am confident in knowing that my partner cares enough for me.
Right. Right.
Hold it down.
So when y'all were dating, so when y'all were dating, did y'all talk about this? Did y'all talk about the MS and what it could do and the longevity of it and all that?
I
Okay.
did ask a lot of questions.
Okay.
And then he kind of divulged his history. You know,
Yeah.
he had to relearn how to walk.
Mm.
He's had issues with blindness.
Okay.
One eye. He has headaches a lot.
Okay.
And he,
That speech coach.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he
Mm-hmm.
lets me know that his legs are always like in a constant state of burning or pain.
Okay.
I don't like that. Are you in pain for 1 to 10 question?
Yeah.
I'm literally, for a normal person, I'm probably at 8.
Okay.
every day.
Right.
But for me, it's probably a 3, 4 because I go through it all day long.
Okay. Okay.
And most people be like, oh, I would look at him and there's nothing wrong with him. But
Yeah.
I've seen people that look like ain't nothing wrong with them, and when you sit down and look at their medical chart or have a conversation with them, you're like, oh wow.
Right.
It took me a minute
That's
to
tough.
get past that too. When somebody said, "Oh, well, you look good. You look like you're sick."
Yeah.
I used to get offended.
Okay.
But now it's more or less. I take it as a compliment.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I guess there are different stages of MS. Because I do
Yes,
know
sure.
I have. Okay. Because I have some friends who are like literally on walkers or not
Yeah, I had to
walking.
walk.
and so forth.
I definitely say it depends on the person. How severe the symptoms are.
Yeah.
You got primary progressive. Then
Yeah.
you have
I
remission.
I got rid of I separated from my walker in 2016.
Okay.
And I last used my cane in 2017.
Okay. So do your symptoms, do they progress in a sense? Is there a cure for it? That's, I guess
There
there's
is no cure.
there's no cure for it. Okay.
No
Okay.
cure.
And his symptoms, it would depend.
Okay.
If he gets hit with something like severe muscle spasms, they can last for days
Mm-hmm.
and go away, or they could
I can catch a cold.
happen
and
and stay there.
I can catch a cold and have my MS.
Right.
Crazy.
Okay.
Wow. It just all depends.
Well, I ain't contributing to nothing now. Don't be trying to sue me. I ain't got my code. I'm listen. Because I don't want, I don't want no post.
Nah.
He is warned about the compromising immune system.
Yeah.
So
I don't have an
make sure
immune
I stay
Yeah.
as healthy as possible.
And
so if I'm sick, I definitely keep my
right. And this is the part that because I remember when my parents had cancer, my mom took chemo, so of course her immune system couldn't be compromised. And there were many times where the family, we would have to be separated from my mom or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so these are things that people don't understand that goes along with being married with someone who is sick, because your life changes.
Mm-hmm.
So how has your life changed over time? Because y'all been married now for how long? 5 years.
Been together for 5 years.
Been married for 5 years.
But even still, 5 years, I've had to be aware of, and we had some milestones with it.
Yeah.
Because he didn't always communicate well when he was hurting or in pain or something was wrong. Or he couldn't.
I'm not used to, not to cut her off.
He be trying to be Superman.
No. I'm just not
too much.
I'm not used. I come from a marriage where my ex-wife knew the hospital for me is definitely before they turned the north side or whatever. Gwinnett Medical.
Okay.
They knew him my first name.
That was my apartment.
Yeah.
I was there a lot.
Yeah.
5 to 7 days. I would get admitted in the hospital.
Right.
And so I'm not used to, I am a little bit now more than anything, but in the beginning, I'm not used to somebody taking care of me.
Yeah.
So I'm having to battle it by myself. So that communication of, hey, I'm hurting is not communicating for me to communicate to her.
Yeah.
And that was 8 years of that. So that's something I'm going through that unlearning process.
Okay. So in these years, you've had to make some major adjustments in your life because both of you had families coming in. So you had to blend your family, and then you had to blend not only the families, but now your life. And so tell me, what is the day in the life in the Williams household with dealing with this?
It's crazy. It depends on whether the kids home or not. But we also include the kids. They know, hey, if he's not feeling well, he'll go ahead and say that ahead of time. So they know, all right, today I need to pick up my slack and get on top of my chores, make sure I do what I need to do.
Yeah.
Make sure I'm out of the way. If he needs anything, make sure they get up and go bring it.
Right.
And sometimes we have to still fuss at him and tell him, go somewhere tonight.
Because what are your spasms, or what does a crisis look like?
Anything.
Okay.
A bad crisis is me not being able to move.
Okay.
And I just had one of those here just recently. It's something that we call an MS hug, where your muscles from probably like your neck to your torso are just, it's almost like a bear hugging you. And it gets to a point to where once you breathe, it hurts. And so it gives you the thought of everything shutting down. And it comes off on stress. And I was going to say that because that's something that we have to talk to the kids about because they're kids. Yeah. And so, and I'm a very emotional person. Okay. Now, I wear my heart on my sleeve. And I care too much.
Okay.
Yeah. And so we've had to sit down with them and just explain that, hey, Last thing I need to do is get stressed, and I care.
Yeah.
But I care a little bit more, not to be egotistic or nothing like that, because it's not what it is. But
Yeah.
I care more about myself.
Right.
I don't want to go back where I was.
Right. Right.
I didn't have nobody.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the thing is, my sister was diagnosed with MS first.
Really? Okay.
And she's had more family support than I have.
Okay.
And so I've really journeyed through this stuff. Through this stuff all by myself.
Okay.
And
Gotcha.
this is like the most 100% help that I've ever had.
Okay. So with the stress, you can't afford to be stressed out.
No. And I know I can't control anybody else, so I have to control myself.
Right. So when you do that, that means you do have to have that family sit down. You have to have that family, the community. We call it a community meeting. And so at this point, this is where, okay, the family has to come together to work together to make sure everything is cohesive and is done, and for his safety and for you all's safety as well. Is that stressful for you all, or has it become where you've been able to create a routine where it's like, okay, this is normal for us now?
It's definitely creating a routine because I'm a planner person.
Okay.
So most of the time we wake up first thing in the morning is, assess self, how you doing today, everything all right, good. And again, he can start off great, wonderful throughout the day, and then somewhere halfway through the day it's like horrible.
Yeah.
He's not feeling well, and then we just communicate that, hey, so is not feeling well. Send out text messages. Even though we have one kid who don't really understand the concept of communication. It's a challenge that makes sure
always in our face and stuff. And
that hey, if you're sick and you're not feeling good, try to keep your distance. Don't be licking all over the glass and putting your hands all in nobody's face.
So we got a clinger and a non-clinger.
Okay. So when you got married, and again, for those who are just tuning in, we're talking about in sickness and health and these marriage vows. Again, a lot of people, they get married and they think of sicknesses or health issues like, oh, we can make it or whatnot. But sometimes it is very hard. It is very stressful on the couple. And it's okay to admit that. I've had a lot of friends over the years. One of my best friends, dear friends, him and his wife just overcame prostate cancer. Again, my parents, both cancers. I've had friends who've dealt with losing children, to death. Even with me and Chef, from the death to his illnesses or whatnot, even to my sickness. The thing is with partnerships, when you create these vows, when you're looking at that person and you're saying, I'm going to stay with you no matter what. Explain that to people who don't understand. What does that look like? I'm going to stick with you. I know that you have this illness. I know that it's going to change my life. It's going to change my family's life. What does that look like?
The first issue that people are having with, especially being married, is marriage is not love and being comfortable. A great marriage is not comfortable.
Right.
You have great moments.
Yeah.
But it is not comfortable.
Yeah.
I was just talking to her earlier this morning that I can tell sometimes when she don't like me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she had a little look on her face, right?
Right.
And a lot of folks think relationships and commitment and marriage is they only look at, I'm supposed to be in love. But love is all those components.
Yeah.
You can't have one without the other.
Right.
You can't go through one without the
other. Right.
So that's what's going on. People are thinking that we're gonna get in and everything should be happy go lucky. And once one thing hits the fan, it's like, oh, I wasn't ready for this, and I don't think I can do this. So I'm just going. Or they may see another marriage which is going. It's good, but right now they're seeing the bad side of it, and it's just automatic. I'm never getting married.
Yeah, I remember when my mom died, when we got married. I told Chef, I said, you can leave if you want to. I say, go ahead and leave. I give you that permission to go ahead and leave. And he was like, what do you mean? I said, no, because I don't know how to be a wife to you right now. I'm dealing with, I don't know if I'm supposed to be celebrating our marriage because we just got married or mourning the death. So I don't know where I am right now. And so I literally, and some people were like, why would you tell him that? I said, because I wanted to give him, I wanted to give him a moment because he never dealt with that, even in his first marriage, he never dealt with that. So this was new to both of us. And I couldn't sit there and pretend like I was ready for this journey. Right. You know what I'm saying? So listen, when we come back, we're going to continue to talk about this journey. We're going to continue to talk with LeBron and Lisa about MS and what do these vows really mean in sickness and health? Are you really ready to get married? Are you really ready to walk with someone who has a chronic illness and that's not curable? Yeah. Are y'all really ready for that journey? So stay tuned, stay connected to 101 TKO Radio and the mailroom. We'll be right back.
It's funny you say that because that's my previous marriage, the same thing.
Okay.
When I found out that
and say he should say is unto death, right? Until means forever, until we die. But unto means every day there's an aspect of me that has to die to be with you. And so we have done until our entire lives, but we have missed out on the if that makes sense.
mail room. Yeah, I think Lauren said I done roofing myself up. Cause I'm feeling a little whoop de whoop doop de doop. Yeah, I'm trying to get over. It came from them doggone kids, y'all. I ain't been sick the entire year, but it's not COVID. I thank God for that. I think it's just like, this weather been really crazy. Listen, we got a caller on the line. What's up, caller? What's up, caller? How you doing? Hold on, caller. Okay, can you hear us? Yeah. What's going on? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
What's up? What's up? How you do?
Hey,
We're doing all right.
What you got for us?
I just want to say y'all my second favorite couple. Of course, my first favorite is Chef and Mrs. Sean.
Oh, man. I thought we were the first.
Y'all are one of the perfect, one of the best examples of union. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Y'all are a prime example of that. And like, people even need to see that. People really need to understand. See, marriage, let me tell you something about marriage, right? Marriage, if you're not with that for better or worse, if that ain't your thing, leave marriage alone.
Yeah.
Leave it
You
alone.
just need to stop dating, period.
People are dying.
Yeah.
You're not gonna play with people.
Yeah.
You're not gonna just leave me after me giving you everything, and then be okay with that. People are snapping and killing their spouses for that. You stop, leave marriage alone. You're not playing with this.
Yeah.
And they have quite a few
could
stories.
potentially die. Exactly.
Yeah.
You could potentially die playing with this thing.
Yeah.
So, and the problem today is, like, you know, is that wedding is a spiritual ceremony.
Yeah.
So you agree that, okay, you're telling God these vows. You're saying, hey, listen, you provide this for me, and I want to take care of this, what you give me.
Yeah.
Like to best do what's part.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I promise you that. It ain't even to your spouse. This is to the Creator. You promise the Creator, I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
You.
Yeah.
And you break that, you won't pay for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Someone's going to spank you for that.
Right. Right.
So people are now putting their quote unquote happiness. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is happy or happiness in the vow anyway?
No,
No.
it's not. It's not in there. Yeah.
People are putting everything in their family. You made a decision to become family. Just like what you said, Sean, that pastor, that guy that said.
Mm-hmm.
You died at the altar.
Yeah.
Not even for the altar.
Yeah. Right.
Somebody's husband.
Yeah.
Right.
I am somebody's husband, then I'm Johnny Quinn.
Yeah.
Individuality you're talking about, that shit is I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's not first. Your individuality, your happiness, all that comes after your marriage.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Family first.
Yeah.
People are not putting family first. And this is what's going on. I'm not happy.
Right.
Well, it's the situation.
Right.
A
Right.
lot of people are selfish and not selfless.
Exactly. It's easy for me to leave. Like, it's easy for someone else to just be like, nah, I can't do it.
Right. Right. Yeah.
People not really understanding the words behind those vows. Like, you promise God that you gonna do this.
Yeah.
Right.
That promise, you will pay for that.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
What I think that's, well, Johnny, that's
Yeah,
one
that
of
is
the
true.
reasons why a lot of marriages are not happening, because people, I think they understand it more than anything now. And so the fact that I don't want to do that, and I don't want to confine myself into that, I would just rather, and because everybody is giving up their parts easily now more than anything, so I don't have to commit myself in
Mhm.
that sense, you know.
But still, even if you're in a committed relationship, don't negate the fact that you have to take care of your partner or spouses or whomever you care for, their feelings. Like a lot of people be like, oh well, we ain't married, so I ain't gotta do that. But like if you laying in my bed and you eat my food,
we married.
Yeah.
You feel obligated to kind of at least care a little bit, you know what I'm saying?
We married.
So
Well,
if
I mean,
if
but
I'm in the eggs, you're gonna eat my salmonella then, you know? I'm just saying. You're just gonna walk out the door and leave me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Lay down with somebody and give them what they've never had, even love, attention, whatever.
Yeah.
You committed yourself to the person, and to just take that away, stop playing with people. So just stop doing that. Stop playing with commitment. Stop playing with marriage. You will get spanked.
Yeah.
People need to understand the severity of playing with people. Stop. I'm telling y'all now. Y'all listen.
Stop playing with folks.
Personally know people that have gotten spanked, that is dealing with it right now. I see it all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that might be one of the good reasons I make sure I take care of him, because he does take care of me, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm spoiled brat.
Yeah.
Honestly, when it comes to, you know, worldly things. But if I couldn't walk and he couldn't barely walk, he'd probably be 2 arms down, you know, scooting with one hand and told me on the other, you know,
Yeah.
because that's just kind of the person he is.
Yeah.
You know? And
Yeah.
I feel like in sickness and in health, he's down for the ride. Or he'll holler out to somebody, hey, come get her, and you know, I'll figure out myself. You know,
Yeah.
it's that deep.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Let me tell you something, Lisa. I'm sure he does more for you than anything.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I have to tell him to stop. I have to tell him to stop. If he's not feeling well, he'll still be trying to do and move, and well, I gotta cook you something to eat, and
Yeah.
I gotta do this, and I got, you know, and he over here, and you can see his face. I can tell he's in pain. He don't have to tell me no more. I can just look at him and be like, you know what?
Yeah.
You need to get somewhere and sit down. Like
Yeah.
yesterday, he was still, maybe you want to record something for the show. No.
Yeah.
Sit down.
Right. Right.
Well, see, this
Yeah.
is the emotional part. I was just gonna say this is an emotional part for me, because I think my drive comes from seeing my mom laying in the bed, my mom coughing, and me having, as a child, seeing my dad drunk, passed out, right next to her, and not moving, and me getting up in the middle of the night, hearing my mom coughing before she found out she had cancer, giving her water and stuff. That in itself broke me. And so, me as an adult and me having a partner, I can't see myself, regardless on what last leg I am on. I can't do that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I don't care how bad I am hurting. If my wife, if something's going on with her, I will drag myself to her and try and take care of her the best way that I can, because me seeing that's probably one of the traumatizing feelings that I've ever had in my entire life. Seeing my mom, a person that has cared for me, have what is supposed to be a husband next to her, not know anything or do anything. And I just can't do that.
Yeah. And that's the real deal. So listen, thank you, Johnny, for calling in. We're going to take this quick music break, and we're about to get ready for your noonday mitts. So thank you so much for calling in. Oh, okay. And actually, your mitts is coming in. Actually, we're about to hang up from you and get to your mitts. Hey, how about that? DJ. So thank you so much, Johnny, for calling in. Y'all, listen, stay tuned, stay connected right here on 101 TKO Radio in the mailroom, and get ready for DJ Johnny Prince's Noonday Mitts. Y'all don't want to miss this. And then after that, we're going to continue this discussion on sickness and in health, y'all. Y'all are missing out on this culture conversation. We'll be right back.
5,
Just
4,
like music.
3,
Hey.
2, 1.
Yo, listen, that was the midday today, midday mix by DJ Johnny Prince, the official DJ for the Mail Room, live on 101 TKO Radio. Listen, get with him. He'll create your mixes for you, have you up and dancing and whatnot. But we appreciate that, DJ Johnny Prince. That was dope. I like that. It threw in the little West Coast for me and so forth. Listen, we are live on 101 TKO Radio and the Mail Room. We are talking with LaRon and his wife about MS and about the vows in sickness and health. And I want to play this quick clip. Let me add it in.
The one you sent me?
Did I send you this one? I sent like 2. I think I sent 2, but let me see if y'all can hear this one. Yeah.
I like hold on, no, that's got to just sit there. We're gonna let that just marinate right there. Oh, Jesus.
David, if that makes sense.
Oh, yeah, it makes sense. Oh, it makes sense. We just go, okay. Unto
death.
Let me restart it.
It's unto death, right? Until means forever, until we die. But unto means every day there's an aspect of me that has to die to be with you. And so we have done until our entire lives, but we have missed out on the unto.
Hold on. No, that's got to just sit there. We're gonna let that just marinate right there. Oh, Jesus.
David, if that makes sense.
Oh, yeah, it makes sense. Oh, it makes sense. We just go, okay. Unto
death. Yeah.
Man, I had my buddy Pastor Tim Ross on here, and it says
Genius.
At the altar. Yes, he
Genius.
says death happens at the altar.
It happens.
He says, so when you think about marriage and you're saying these beautiful I do's, and he said you can dress up an altar any way you want to. You can put beautiful flowers at in the front of it. You can have the flower girl walk down, but it's still an altar, and at the altar is always death.
It's always death. When I stand at the altar, we're going to stand together I'm going to stand there as Dave.
Yep.
My wife stood there as Tanisha.
Mm-hmm.
The Bible says the two become one. So I left as us.
Yes.
Right? So I had to, Dave, he's no more. He had to lay at the altar. And I think sometimes we still want to leave with life and we can't. You got to leave with death.
19 years of marriage.
So that discussion was on my Future Wifey podcast. And it's really good. And when you think about when he said that, I was like, wow, that's profound when we think about those vows. And we're talking with LaRon and Lisa about being in a marriage with someone who has a chronic illness. And you're thinking about, okay, this is marriage. Now, of course, things change. You get married and you don't think about You never want to think about the tragic part of marriage. I've had a lot of friends who became widows. You don't think about stuff like that. And that's why it's very important to cherish those moments every chance that you get. But you don't think about the sickness. I know my parents didn't think about each other getting cancer. Right. You prepare, but you don't prepare for that. And so with me and Chef, we have these preparation talks, and it's not easy. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's not easy, but you have to have these type of talks with funerals. You have to put everything in place. You have to talk about, listen, I know you have family there, you have some family here. Where do you want to be buried? Things of that nature. And those are talks that a lot of us in marriages, or a lot of people, they get married and they tend to look over. How are those talks with you guys?
We talk about that all the time. She don't want to honor what I want to do.
Yeah, that is the hardest thing. I ain't got what Chef said. He honoring whatever I said, because I made mine real simple. He want to make sure he get all that money. That's what it is.
My husband is asking for the most ridiculous thing ever, and who is going to do this? Deshaun, really?
What you got her doing?
And even if he put it on paper, I'm gonna tell him
no. You got to honor it.
No, they're gonna have to take me out.
You got to honor it.
I told her
you're gonna have to honor it.
I told her just stuff me and put me in a glass basket and have me standing in the house in the hallway. so I can help. I want to continue to protect the house.
Turn off his mic.
I just did not
What?
just tell you I'm not doing that.
You want to what?
He wants to be taxidermied
Yeah,
or
just
stuffed
have
and memorialized.
Yeah, have me in the house.
And he wants
Like,
to keep him
protect
in the house.
Oh, where's the Nelson? Where's the? Oh, yeah.
Thank you. You're not doing that.
I'm not gonna have you in the house looking at me every time I walk by.
Yeah, why not?
But did you put that in writing?
No, but no. What I really want to put in writing is that
I was about to say now,
I wanna
if he
be-
puts it in writing, you have to honor that.
I'm not gonna put that in writing. I'm
but
not gonna put that in writing.
no,
But
on
no,
the
you're right,
real,
though. It is. You have to.
couples have to understand
Yes,
marriage,
yes.
especially in
You put that in
Georgia.
writing because you get it notarized too and everything.
You put whatever you have in your estate, right?
No. I really put more than anything.
Did you just say you want to be
Yeah.
standing? So you want to be standing in the hallway every time she passed,
Yeah.
and so that she get to cry every time.
Maybe I can still slap that butt.
Now, if you slap her butt and you dead,
Oh my God.
oh, we moving out the house and everything staying in the house. What?
I got a couple ideas in mind of how to get rid of it. You'll be all right. You might just have to hunt me and say it loud, but yeah.
But no, on a serious note, I don't want to be in a casket.
Okay.
So we talk about that a lot. Just very bad. Because I want to go back. I want to go back to source. Because I don't think people understand that.
He wants to truly actually this.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
so
gonna keep it simple. Just cremate me and throw me in a river somewhere. And I'll be fine.
so with these requests, have y'all written them down and made a plan?
We have to. We definitely have to.
Because what's gonna happen?
One of us gonna die.
And
Them plans ain't gonna be in there.
we should actually have a living will.
Yes.
You
Yeah,
really
we-
do, and this is something that marriages people
We
don't
have
understand it.
discussed
Yeah.
all the above. Now, legally,
Yeah.
we just really are only a year into marriage, so prior to that, we really couldn't put like all of that into
Yes, you could.
paper.
Yes, you could have. You could put it
We've been
into.
married for 5 years. I don't care what you say. But no, for real. That's in a relationship, a committed relationship. If you put down and you
that's
go to
honest though,
court,
because I was probably, and I may not be the only girlfriend, but I do tell people he had me a life insurance policy.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Like that's the kind of stuff that marriage that people don't want to discuss. And it is hard because I had to get an estate planning after dealing with my mom's funeral. It made me I don't like talking about death and I don't like talking about funerals, but the reality is when you're left with to bury your loved ones, and if you don't have anything in writing, it can create chaos. My dad put it in his estate that he wanted to, wherever he died and wherever his children were, that's where he wanted to be buried.
okay.
But his family was like, I want them to be buried. I want him to be buried in St. Louis. So it became a battle. However, my mom was able to say, this is what he had in writing.
Yeah.
But it would have become a battle if she did not have it in writing. You see what I'm saying? So again, a lot of stuff that I found out when I did my estate as being a wife, that I have to, because I have siblings, he has siblings, I have to make it known.
You have to have it specific, plain, and
Like,
simple. Yeah.
plain, like
that person, you have to delegate the next person.
I have to make it plain. Even my sister, she's like, I'm gonna give you I said, listen, I have it in my plan. I don't want y'all to spend money on this funeral. I want you to, I have my plans, what I want y'all to do. She like, I'm gonna give it. I said, well, you can't go against Chef. So we actually got to an argument because she thought I was playing. I was like, I'm your sister. I'm like, yeah, that's gonna be the problem. I said, you're my sister, but he's my husband. And what I have in plans, I know what you want. I know you want to give me a party, this and another. I'm gonna allow you to do that. However, you got to honor this, So what I'm saying all that to say, when you get married, there is more to marriage, and it's more even in the sickness and health. I have it where I have it written out. I don't want to be no longer than 90 days in the hospital.
Okay.
And that is something hard to swallow, because you're like, okay, I want to leave my loved one on
And so December,
The-
we had an aunt who decided that she wanted the DNR, and family was not happy with that at all.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, they just recently passed. So.
And you
Some
have
of the
to,
family members were mad with other of your family members because they were like, nah, that ain't, y'all should have done something more. But
and if it's not written by that person, that spouse, it can become a problem. So in my estate, I have it, you got to resuscitate me, keep me on life support for at least 90 days, up to I think 120 or something like that.
Mhm.
But I don't want you to prolong the life and whatever, because you have to make it real plain. Because if not, he can pull the plug, or it could be a battle between him and my family or whatnot. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's why I was just saying that. Yeah, we gonna have to do that, 'cause
I
I
can
ain't
say
gonna
we
fight
discuss all of
them.
those.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna fight them.
What you
Mainly
say?
the dad.
What'd he say?
I ain't gonna fight
He's
the
not
dad.
gonna fight my parents.
But yeah, and it becomes a serious battle. So even with the sickness and health, even with that, I remember my dad, he didn't want to take chemo, right? So of course it's, the family was like, no, you need to take chemo. So they thought my mom was going against, the chemo, but she was like, I'm honoring what my husband says. He doesn't want to take chemo. So she had to make that plain to the family. He doesn't want to take chemo. She has to honor what he wants. So how do y'all handle that?
Well, I guess kind of like the decision that I'm making at the moment right now. I'm just telling my nurse practitioner to tell my doctor, I'm going to schedule my next 6 months treatment, but I'm not planning on taking it.
Right.
I'm planning on doing what I know I need to do to holistically keep myself in check.
Okay.
Because folks keep
Hold that thought. When we come right back, we're going to continue that. When you say holistic treatment versus your medical treatment, what does that look like again in y'all's household as being that spouse and honoring those vows? Because this is what he's saying, and you're probably thinking something differently. But I don't know. When we come back, we're gonna talk about that. Stay connected to 101 TKO Radio and the Mail Room. We'll be right back. And we are back live on 101 TKO Radio in the mail room. We are having this culture conversation about for better or for worse sickness and in health. And we're talking with special guests and friends, LaRon and Lisa Williams. As you know, they're a couple that LaRon has MS, and so their life looks a little bit different. They're actually living their vows. Lisa is his wife, and in a sense, she sometimes has to be his caretaker. And so the question, pretty much today is: can you stay married in a situation where there is a chronic illness? Now, it's easy for most of us to say, "Oh yeah, because I love that person," and yeah, I can do it. But you have to really ask yourself, and you really have to have that down home, that when I say you have to be so transparent with yourself and so honest, like there's no right or wrong answer. And I say that because a lot of times we want to do the right thing, and seems to be the right thing to stay with the person and to say, yeah, I can do that. However, when you take on those vows, as Johnny was saying earlier, it is a commitment. And when you're saying before God and your friends and your family that I'm going to stick this out, I'm going to do my very best. Now, God didn't ask you to be perfect. He asked you to do your best when you're honoring these vows. And in sickness and in health is a lot. It is a lot.
It's a lot. And I do have to wake up every morning and say to myself, is this what I really want to do? Not even. I mean, it's just being real. I mean,
How dare you say that to this man that you love, that has stood by you? How dare you? You're a bad wife.
Love got to do with it. You know, at the end of the day, I don't love cleaning up poop or vomit.
Right.
Right.
Right. You do.
It's the same as like taking care of, kids.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and if I have to permanently take care of him and wipe his butt like a little baby for the rest of his life, I'll do that.
Right.
I might some days, I'm just kind of wiping up your.
Yeah.
I'm just laying the tub
like
to just spray off.
It is a lot. You have to really ask yourself those questions. You know, when Chef got sick, you know, he was feeling bad, and I was feeling bad for him. And I had to rely on God's strength during this trial. And I remember him saying, he was like, "You don't look at me the same."
He said that?
Yeah. And I looked at him, I said, "Negro, I see you the same. Negro, go on and go. Look, I ain't going nowhere. I'm here." Like, you know, because a lot of people, because again, a lot of people don't understand, you know, your sickness, the when you're going through a sickness and so forth, it does take a toll on both of you mentally.
Right.
And thoughts begin to wander through your mind. You know, you're like, okay, is this person gonna leave me?
And he is sensitive to that, so he will ask, "Baby,
Yeah.
you okay?"
Yeah.
Or he'll be like, "Hey, I can kind of get it myself," and I'll be like, "No, it's cool."
Yeah. And you have to have that talk. You have to get to the point in your relationship, you know, like, listen, we're going through this little rough patch. It's okay. We're going through this little moment. It's okay, but I got you and you got me.
It teaches me to be insensitive too.
Yeah.
I can be bluntly honest and just be like,
Okay.
"Do that."
Okay.
And he kind of knows that, that's just something she just ain't gonna do.
Yeah.
But he will ask anyways,
Yeah.
and most of the time I'll be like,
Yeah.
Like this one thing.
It'll be like reluctantly, yeah. Don't start, and then it won't be
Like
nothing.
this one thing that I can't wait for the next
You know how well I
episode.
do it? Next episode of what?
The
You know
next
what?
episode of
We don't
the
do it.
You gotta say that for next week. You gotta say that for next week.
But she will not. I'm having so much
That's
pain
not part of
in
it.
my feet.
You
and
know
she
what?
will not soothe me.
She's not gonna sue you.
Man,
Say.
I keep trying. God is trying to get you past this, and that's why my feet. are
Listen.
hurting. God is trying to get you past this.
Johnny says love is an action word. You have to choose love daily. Marriage is a verb, but husband and wife is an action. You have to choose husband and wife daily. The moment you stop choosing, you'll die, period. He also said not so much in a physical sense, but mentally and spiritually. And you have to,
We die not physically.
you die from yourself daily. Yeah.
Selfly.
Yeah. You do. You have to, you become that one. You become that one in unity. And you do, you know, again, these conversations happen, and then you start to say, okay, I can be with this person until, you know, I can be with this person.
Mhm.
I can go through the fire, because you're going to go through, and it may not be the sickness. It may be a financial crisis. It may be job losses, or whatever the case may be. You're going to stick with that person, and you're going to create a solution for that person. And in sickness and health, you're finding creative solutions to overcome
Because
this.
if y'all look at us on paper,
Mhm.
if they said person 1 and person 2, and they said that we were in a marriage,
Mhm.
y'all be like, wow, do they make this work? Because this is retarded.
Mhm.
And it's just, I mean, we just work with what we got.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
make it the best of what it is.
Yeah, you have to. You really have to, because again, the love is already there. You already love that person. You know, like you said, there are gonna be some times where you don't like that person, and that's part of marriage. There's a lot of times me and Chef don't like each other, but we love it.
I said
Yeah.
it a lot to him that the Bible didn't say nothing about me liking you.
Yeah.
It just said I had to love you. I
Right.
can love you, but that don't mean I gotta like you or what you're doing.
Right. Yeah.
You know, I can reject that all
Right.
day long.
Yeah.
But as a person or as a whole, you know, I still care on the outside, but what I'm not gonna do is
Right.
we ain't gonna deal with this nonsense.
Right. We ain't gonna entertain this.
We ain't gonna entertain, you know, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but if you're
Okay.
genuinely hurt and you're not feeling well, I may not like cleaning up behind you. I may not like that I gotta, you know, pick you up and put you on my back and tote you for a little while. I might be a little out of breath, but
I can say I think
get it done.
one of the things that
Yeah.
probably surprised her about me before we got married, because she's a trooper herself.
Mhm.
She really don't tell when she's hurting extremely bad.
Okay.
So we're both two peas in a pod.
Mhm.
But when I think COVID did it for us.
He said, if you phony with me, move around.
I know, right?
And that's what, and you do. You have to be, you cannot be phony with your partner. You have to have those conversations. You have to have those real conversations.
And I think I know what moment he's gonna refer to.
Yeah, because of COVID.
Yeah.
I think COVID really what that tipped us over we might have something.
Mm-hmm.
Because I wasn't gonna leave her. You know, she already had to send her kids to the dad.
Mm-hmm.
And how long did you have COVID?
A couple months.
Yeah, she had to go for a couple months, but she was asymptomatic.
Yeah.
Asymptomatic. I didn't feel bad.
Yeah.
I just was a little weaker than normal.
Yeah.
I was forgetting things, and I did have like
she had no taste.
No taste, no smell, and I had
thing.
like severe migraines.
Yeah.
They went on and off, in and out. But I
Right.
had been having migraines, you know, prior to that for
Right.
quite some time. But like now it was like really, it was so bad that I couldn't get my head up on the bed sometimes. So,
Yeah.
and he was like, he had compromised immune system. He wasn't staying with me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know.
Well,
you weren't living. We weren't living.
Yeah, we weren't living
Right,
together, but
right.
So he had the opportunity to go back home to his mom's house.
But
Right.
I couldn't.
It was in his best interest to probably not be around me at all.
Yeah.
But I couldn't take that to
we
my mom
couldn't-
because my mom was.
We couldn't
cancer,
decipher when I picked up COVID and whether or not he had it.
Right.
I was so mad the whole time because I had COVID for months. He tested every time it was negative.
Uh-huh.
And so even our doctor,
Okay.
my doctor
But that's
was
good. But I
Yeah.
was like, well, dang.
my primary
You
doctor
supposed to be
was
the
like,
second
"You
one."
ain't got it. What's going on?" Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I think
But I
that
feel like maybe he had it prior to because he was sick.
Okay.
That spell way
before COVID hit,
even hit.
Okay,
it was like
okay.
I had the flu or something.
Yeah.
He
And
was body aches and whatnot, but you know I was taking care of him and he was fine. And so
Right. Right. Yeah.
he got off the hook.
but yeah, she had
He was
flu.
No, not good.
She had flu
See.
one
He
time,
was trying to get a little
and
medic and stuff.
and I stayed with her. I think that was even before the COVID situation. That was like, I think one of my biggest moments too. She had the flu, and I had to make her sit down and actually take off for work the first time, because she was trying to go to work and stuff. And and it was just a friend at that moment. And she did the same thing with me, taking me to go get my prostate check.
I went to the urologist.
Okay.
And stuff.
Yeah.
He tricked me. Again.
Yeah.
So this was during the dating stage.
No, we
were
weren't dating. No.
Oh, y'all were friends. Okay, the friendship. So right. So, but you were establishing.
I met him at pharmacy.
Right.
And he was like, "Hey, I need a ride. My friend lives on." I was like, "Oh,
it wasn't my friend, it was my
daddy."
daddy.
I said, "Oh yeah, I can do that."
Yeah.
Hannah gave us some cinnamon rolls prior to this.
He
So we
tell me
established
that it was an outpatient thing where he actually needed somebody to pick him up and drop him off.
Oh.
And the lady was like, "Well, you mind coming inside because there's nobody else here and he's not coherent." To just kind of discuss the results.
So y'all.
So first of all, I didn't know that he was going in here and getting.
I had to get the camera thing
get
through
a
my
his
penis and stuff.
Yeah.
And so
You done took
she had to come to
the
the
girl
back
on the whole medical date, pretty much. You done.
I told you.
He was. Oh, I love this lady right here. I was like, ma'am, I don't even really know the guy.
I don't remember that.
Oh, wow.
You know how after you get your teeth pulled, you had a look. Yeah, I think I was still in front of it.
Oh my gosh.
He was like, "Oh, I thought that. I don't even know. I just met him." So
see, you know what? I would have left you. I don't know you. See, that's why I said marriage is designed for everybody. Different stages. That there is somebody. So you didn't trick this girl.
Yeah, and it was after that he told me, he was like,
even Chef said you tricked her.
Yeah, he was like, the reason I really came to the pharmacy was because God told me to come to my medication that I wasn't taking because you were my wife. And he was like, I walked in the pharmacy and I looked and I seen there was this light around you. I was like,
he didn't say the light around you.
Yeah, this could be yours. Type thing. And I was like,
you know what?
So you're gonna have to prove something, brother. So it was.
No, not the light,
I
LaRon.
guess that would come from. That's why the marriage works so well.
Yeah.
As a friend, I would be dedicated to helping him.
Yeah.
And even if it were one of my regular friends from childhood, I'm just that type of person that I would never take care of people.
She do that. Well, we both do that.
Yeah, I would have said, JJ, you would have left. I would have. I would have left. I would have left. I would be like, you know what?
You can just imagine somebody who was lightly sedated walking down the street, wobbling back and forth, like, so, hey, can I get a ride? And leaning all over the place. He would have probably fallen out. And and then I would have been like, damn, I did drop him off. I could have at least picked him up and taken him home and said, here, let me take you back to your mama.
Right. But listen, that's a true love story. That's too funny. But listen, we come back. We're gonna finish this culture conversation with the Williams live on 101 TKO Radio in the mail room. You done tricked the girl. You know what?
Then he went and did voodoo on me after that.
Oopsie. You know what? We'll be right back, y'all.
I did not do no voodoo on you.
Okay. That's funny.
I don't remember saying all that stuff to
her. Together, I was like, I just met this dude.
I didn't think they were gonna call her to the back.
Wow. So you actually was going through.
I was sitting outside in the car and then something told me,
you been in the room.
They came and got me. I was outside in the car.
So you didn't even have permission or anything.
I went to my car.
Oh, you went to the car.
Yes. And I sat there for a little while. Then I
Very
went inside.
good
and I went to the desk and I was going to ask her. I said, hey, it's the guy I just dropped off and gave me your name. I said, how long before he's out? And she's like, oh, they actually just brought him out. He's going to be, and you were laying on one side of the table. You were fresh out of sedation. And the doctor came in and was like, well, Miss So-so. I'm like, I don't know him, but I'll relay this information to him when he becomes coherent. And then just kind of went from there. And then we went to the other side. You asked for Sprite and orange juice. We were something like that. And I even had to go in the bathroom and help him with his clothes on. So
So you saw my package before?
I
Oh
did see your
Lord,
package
look
prior
at
to.
See, she was. You were eyeing me already.
No, not at all.
You were getting ready. Did you have to hold it?
No.
Oh, you have to
I
hold
wasn't doing all that.
You have to hold it.
I didn't know you like that. No, I didn't have to. You
That's funny.
Okay. Yeah, so look, I don't remember that.
You did have blood in your urine too. You were like, oh, it's still red.
So they were talking to you even though you wasn't like you
Yeah.
have
I think
no.
at this point they thought she was.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So they hadn't already divulged information.
Yeah.
But I was like, I'm taking this in and I don't mind, relaying information to it.
Yeah.
It was just because he ate some chips that had beets in it.
And it was red.
Before it was abnormal. I did have blood in it, and that's what had me going.
You see what JJ wrote?
Yeah. That's my MS.
Oh yeah, Mama Bear said, pretty good library on the yeah. Oh, did it say the lines or was it something else? Yeah, something else.
I'll check.
Too late.
I'll check.
See the tag. Bye.
Do the shout out when we come back in. Another sponsors.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
Okay. All right. It was I think it was a divine connection from the beginning. She tried to run from it, but
I was going through my separation in my marriage.
You were what?
Separated.
Okay, during that time.
Yeah, so she didn't want to see another relationship for what it was.
I don't see another relationship at all. That person had me really thinking about going to the other side of the protocol altogether.
All right.
Five, 4, 3, 2.
Remember that song came out, boy. Everybody was trying to do the dance. Listen, we are back live on 101 TKO Radio in the mail room.
What's up, guys?
And shout out to Beyonce, and she brought Blue Ivy on stage. Blue Ivy is growing. She was dancing. She did a little dance routine. She is tall. I forgot she is tall. And I forgot her daddy tall, but she I think he's 6'4", I think, or something like that, 6'3". If I'm not mistaken, I don't know, but she did a good job. She looked just like a mama up there on the stage and so forth. So shout out to Beyonce and Blue Ivy and so forth. But listen, we are live back in the studio. We are chopping it up with LaRon and Lisa, and we're talking about the vows in sickness and in health. And before we left, pretty much LaRon done tricked Lisa into uniting.
But before we get to that, I would love to say the mail room is being sponsored by Simply Beautiful Candle Company LLC. Connect with Simply Beautiful on IG at Simply Beautiful Girls _ Guys, these candles they smell good, and they are created by these two young ladies. Nice dynamic. So you can also find them on Facebook at Simply Beautiful Candle Company. Visit their website www.simplybeautifulcandles.com. Good God Almighty. www.simplybeautifulcandles.com today. Also, Playbook Investment Group. Connect with Playbook Investment today for your investment needs. And if you're ready to make that play, go to at the mailroom 7671 and click on the link in the bio so that you can go ahead and start your playing with the Playbook Investment Group. Also, I'm telling you, if you have problems and you're looking to fix your relationship or just yourself in general, we have Tender Loving Care Coaching by Trinette L. Collier. If you're ready to build a healthy relationship with yourself, connect with the certified relationship coach, Tashawn, the boss of the mailroom. You will want to visit her at IamTrinetteCollier.com and the playbook, not playbook, let me stop playing. Visit IamTrinetteCollier.com, LCollier.com, and book your discovery call today. It was the book that threw me off because it got a bunch of playbook in the playbook.
Yeah, all up in there.
Yeah. She's gonna fire me before it's over, but that's all right.
That's okay. I'm gonna let it pass today because I'm on the cloud nine.
But I did not trick her.
You didn't trick her.
Yeah.
It sounds like you tricked her.
God's
You
plan.
know how words can be a curse, words more than curse words. That's what I like to say.
Mm-hmm.
He started walking around. Oh yeah, we married. Oh yeah, that's my wife. Oh, we married.
Mm.
So yeah, he just
It's
went
that
ahead.
talking in existence.
He put them curses in the air, and yeah. So
Say-
he kept saying it until it just manifestation and manifestation.
So after that, after you got through your hospital stay, your doctor stay.
I drove around home and went about my business. I don't think we talked for a couple of weeks after that.
Wow. So then y'all reconnected, and then he did the wound. Y'all dated,
Yeah,
You
so I
dated.
did, yeah.
and you knew.
Yeah.
What you put in her food?
I ain't putting that in there.
Her peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
She
What-
just
what-
liked food, and she realized that I could cook. That's all it was. And so, yeah.
But y'all had these talks about your MS, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
You had
yeah,
the talks about MS, and this is when you decided, Lisa, that this is possibility that I can walk this journey with him.
No.
Okay. No, it didn't happen like that.
No.
You didn't fall in love and say, "Oh, I can do it."
No.
Okay.
I still.
You're a
say to
bad
myself,
wife.
I still
How
say to
dare
myself,
you.
Some days I don't know if I can really,
Mm-hmm.
care for him in the capacity he would need
Mm-hmm.
to care for him. If
I
he
think
really
a lot of
got
people
down
doubt.
now. But I am going to try my best.
A lot of people doubt themselves.
Yeah.
And I don't put that in. And
Yeah.
I'm not the one to say that I will be upset if she
Yeah.
came to me and told me I can't.
Yeah.
And see, she hasn't seen me
Mm-hmm.
and at my worst.
Right.
It ain't
But I've
that.
seen enough others at their worst to be like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
she's seen some
yeah.
of my friends. And
Yeah.
she's like, we have one friend now. She went down so fast after her mom died.
Mm-hmm.
And it is so sad. But we love her to death.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to my Jay-Z crew.
Yeah.
Girl.
is we get diagnosed with this, and the first thing that they'll tell us is that in so many words, and guys, doctors don't tell you this, but in so many words, they're practically telling you that at some point you're gonna die. We're gonna die anyway, but this illness is gonna kill you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty much what they're establishing
Okay,
to you.
okay.
That at some point you're gonna go down.
Okay.
You gonna go to a point that you just gonna need help.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think a lot of it comes from how you carry yourself. And so I go back to my journey
Mm-hmm.
and me telling the doctor that, hey, I want to get off of this.
Okay.
So with him saying he wants to go, it's not the first time we've had that conversation.
Okay.
Discussion. And I definitely will be like, hey, look, I get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I understand you don't want to be on any medication.
Yeah.
I understand you don't want to keep, obligating yourself or putting strange objects in your body. If it was me, I would understand. So I respect that that's his decision.
Right.
And I am letting him know.
Right.
That I'm here to support you. But just as long as you know what you're getting into.
Right. Right.
But then I also have
It's
to
the most
understand that
important thing.
myself, as in saying that, okay, I have a family. I have 2 kids at home. I got to know that this may put me in a awkward situation.
Yeah.
Right. And so the way the doctor explains it is he's in a good state now.
Mm-hmm.
And so the medicine keeps him at the state that he is in now.
At
Okay.
least that's what they're thinking.
Because there's a possibility that if he stops taking it, then it could get worse.
Okay.
And that worse can be unreversible.
Okay.
So if
Gotcha.
he gets into not taking his medicine over the next 2 years or so, and then something happens where he loses motor function in one of his arms, so he
Yeah.
can't use that arm anymore.
Yeah.
There's no way they can reverse it and go back and fix that
Right.
damage so that he can be able to use that arm again.
Right.
So now we have to change and accommodate life for that happening.
Right.
And again, part of me does not want that to happen to him because he likes the state that he's in now.
Yeah.
And I know that it would devastate him if, he did lose motor function or
Right.
have chronic spasms in his arm that would keep him from doing things that he likes doing.
Mm-hmm. So these
but
are
he said that's a risk he's willing to take.
Right.
And so I have to just kind of be like on the back, supportive, and say, but you do know you've been warned.
Yeah. But so these are decisions and discussions that y'all have to
have
together as husband and wife, and you have to make the best decision that's going to be for your family, your immediate family. And so when you having these discussions, you're putting basically an action plan in place.
Yes.
Yeah, you're putting an action plan in place, and this is part of that in sickness and health. Yeah, I can imagine it is a conversation because me and Chef have had to have a conversation about his latest, and it is an uncomfortable conversation, and you have to make plans because it affects your livelihood. In our case, it affected his livelihood. So now it's like decisions that's like, okay, wait a minute, let's put some plans in place. And it does. There was a point where we couldn't talk to each other about it because I understand as a man, it could be frustrating because now you're thinking about how am I going to provide for my family? Mm-hmm. How am I going to do the things that I want to do because of this? Then you're taking on so many emotions and just other stuff. And then at one point you have to sit down and you say, you know what? We about to close everything down. We're about to shut everything down. It's just me and you. Let's just take this moment. We're in a quiet place and we're going to woo-saw for a moment and let's come back to the drawing board. Is that where you all get to sometimes in this situation where you just have to be like, you know what? We're just going to not talk about anything right now. We're going to just woo-saw because it can become intense and frustrating.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would say the illness situation, but just marriage.
Everything else, we're pretty big on conversation, anyways, and make sure we communicate. Because again, with his illness, I can't tell what's wrong with him until he tells me what's wrong. Yeah. Other than it being something that I can.
But I mean, like when the conversations that have to do with decision making, that's for his health, and if he doesn't agree with you, and you're like, no, but we should do it this way, because you're going to disagree on those, like you said. You see what you feel like it would be better for him. He's like,
but I would say even in that situation, I still can't be mad at him at the end of the day because his body does what it wants to do. When it comes specifically to his sickness or illness,
right?
We don't really like calling it that.
Yeah.
When it comes to his MS, like he can be perfectly fine on his medication, doing everything right, eating good.
Right.
We having a good marriage, living life, and
he just again, the medication is not guaranteed.
The
medication is not guaranteed. And I also, that's another reason why I told my nurse practitioner that I'm not
angry with each other. When it comes to that.
I'm not canceling my appointment for my treatment.
Okay.
I'm still keeping it on the book because what I've recently started explaining to people that I know in my heart is that God has cured me. God has cured me.
Yeah.
But
he wants to go on a journey to walk in and believe in that.
Okay.
And I'm supportive of that.
And my thing is, I still have to do what I need to do. But I am not doing what I need to do, which I understand is the reason why I'm going through some of the pain that I'm going through. I am not eating right. I am not exercising like I used to. Because when I did, and JJ was coming, and we was going on the journey together, and that was definitely like body, physical wise, one of the best moments. And so I strayed from that. And then I met Lisa, and Lisa went on a moment where we was eating right, and I got that feeling back, and we both can stray from that, and we got the pot bellies, and
listen, we're gonna take a quick music break, and we come back. We're gonna finish up this discussion of LaRon and Lisa talking about marriage and his sickness and health, and just the details of marriage that we tend to kind of walk over, or just sweep over. But listen, stay connected to 101 TKO Radio and the mailroom. Y'all should have already downloaded that app. And if you have not, you got about 5 minutes to download that app real quick. All right, we'll be right back. 101 TKO Radio and the mailroom. We'll be right back.
I'm doing one song.
I can't get angry with him about this stuff because that's his body.
Yeah.
And then again, I said that's why I also took that I'm keeping that appointment due to that.
I do fuss at it though.
Yeah.
I do know that.
Yeah.
I don't want to put her in a compromising situation.
Yeah.
Force her to take care of me when I know
Right.
that I need to be doing it.
Right.
So I'm keeping my 6 month appointments on the calendar, giving myself those times for us as a whole
Okay.
to do right.
Okay.
Because I also know if she's not even doing right, health-wise, it's going to mess her up too, because it's diabetes on the side of her family.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's not, and I'm not just thinking by myself.
Right.
It's just not me saying that I'm going rogue.
Right.
I'm telling my doctor, I don't want to. Yeah.
Right.
So
right.
That's the thing that
Yeah.
I'm really looking at.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunately the doctor's job to prescribe you something that's putting money in there.
Yeah. Yeah. That's most definitely, that's what they're doing. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
They're going to sit up there and tell you, you sure you want to do that?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
mm-hmm.
I can't say I have had doctors that I wish I still had, that actually when I got back, I came in, my doctor looked at my list that I was going to in the same place when I got moved back here, and I got to my first appointment with her again. She was like, excuse my friend, like, damn, man, you look like a walking pharmacy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you left me, you ain't even
right.
Mississippi. She had got out for some of them.
Okay.
I added plus 2 times
wow.
2 back. And
wow.
she was like, we got to have to get you off these. And so that was another thing. I asked God, you know, that was my thing about going to the pharmacy.
Yeah.
My medication calls. I sat there and said, hey, I need to get off this.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I went through that journey. I was going through.
Do you have a second doctor, or this is like your primary doctor?
I do have a primary doctor, but this is my primary.
The specialist, okay, the neurologist, yeah. And
I'm really seriously, low-key, thinking about establishing a connection with Dr. Williams. She loves me now on practice.
Okay.
And she wasn't accepting insurance at the time.
Okay.
So now
gotcha.
she's accepting insurance. So I'm really thinking about, and she's in the Black community.
Okay.
And that's what she wants to specialize in helping. She'll take me.
You manifest everything else, you like you
doing. She'll take me.
So she'll take you.
I listen listening to her podcast and things like that. Other people with MS Carla, a lot more understanding.
She didn't even know that someone that until after meeting me, it started coming out. There a lot of people that she was talking to me, friendly at work, had MS. Oh wow! Yeah. Yes, again. So we at the wrap up session. So tell us about how we can support MS, your foundation. I mean your step. Yeah, the steps. And yeah, how to support that and so forth. What time the other person coming in?
4, 3, 2,
give it up, give it up, give it up. Oh, that was my favorite song back then. Oh, make it last forever. See, I ain't got them vocals like Lisa does. Like she over there singing, y'all. Listen, we are back live on 101 TKO Radio and the mail room. We are having this very insightful culture conversation with Lisa and LaRon about in sickness and in health, the marriage vows. And, you know, the question that I pose always to potential clients. Again, I'm a certified relationship coach. I am not a dating or marriage coach, but a lot of my clients will come and they say, I want to get married and I want to have a boyfriend or whatever. And when they say they want to get married, I start asking them, why do you want to get married?
But
And
you know, they should want to answer that question.
yeah,
Do you love yourself enough
right.
that you would marry yourself? Do you
What,
care enough that you
right.
would take care of you?
And how would you take care of you? Because if you got sick, what are you gonna do? And so when I pose this question to people, like, what are you going to do when your spouse comes home and has an incurable disease, or or
just been in a car accident?
Yeah, what are you gonna do? Yeah, what are you going to do? It's easy on the outside to say, oh, I love him or I love her and I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do. But baby, let me tell you,
Action
It
come
can be
in.
very stressful when it comes down to
it can turn your world. It's a trial and tribulation that you may not be ready for. Now, not saying that you're not, because none of us are really ready for, things of that nature. But will you be able to endure? Because it will change your life. It will change your relationship. It would change everything about that moment. It can make you stronger as a couple. It can break some people apart. I know some people who honestly that said I could not handle my mate being sick and I had to divorce. And the old me got mad, but the new mature me understood. I'm like, that person wasn't ready and so forth. So we're talking with them about MS and so forth. And but before we wrap up and so forth, tell us what we can do to support MS, and more about your cause, because every year you put on a STEPS event.
Yes.
So tell us more about that.
The STEPS event starts every October, so everybody knows. And for those who don't know, MS month is always March the 1st. And unfortunately, that was around the time that I got diagnosed as well. So for me, it's almost like a celebration birthday type thing.
Okay.
But you can definitely support our steps by going to treats, the letter N Sweets LLC.com /care package giveaway to get information, or just go to the website treatsandsweets.com and you will see up on the menu I Can Beat a Mess, and click on that and it'll take you to some pages where the links that you can participate with being a trusted partner for MS patients and whatnot, because we do raise money.
Okay.
So you can buy some treats as well.
Yes.
But we raise money and we donate $100 Visa gift cards to once we raise a care package for other patients. Because this is we're talking about through sickness and health, and this is something that when I'm talking to other warriors, that is almost an epidemic when it comes to marriage, where people are leaving because of that they can't do it. You're not the person that I married anymore. You can't do this job, and especially with women, the men are leaving due to, oh, you're not my wife anymore. I've heard it so many times, and it's heartbreaking. Or men, because they can't perform, because they're, for my first early 20s, I developed ED. Okay. And funny thing, I thought I sexed myself out, but it was a sign of my early sign of my multiple sclerosis. Okay. And it wasn't until I started taking treatments where I regained control of my body part. Okay. So it's a sad thing, and it is a real thing. You're starting to see commercials about the medications and whatnot, and we're hearing shows talk awareness and stuff.
The characters in some of the shows, and and it's, I don't know. Our world seems to be really surrounded by MS. We try to make sure our marriage doesn't get overshadowed by it. Okay. Okay. We do have our Facebook group. Y'all participate in I Can Beat a Mess.
I Can Beat a Mess. Okay. And it's spelled just like that, ICAN BEAT
Mhm.
MS.
Okay.
That's on Instagram and Facebook.
Okay.
So
And we also post on YouTube. We do different informational sections.
Mhm.
And it's kind of like a support group in the community.
Okay.
Of
Okay.
MS warders. They're really sweet people.
Right.
They're humans,
Yeah.
just like the rest of us.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome. That is, it's very encouraging to other couples who may be going through and say, you know what, we don't know how to handle this as a couple. I kind of know how to handle this, handle the disease, but it's affecting our relationship. And and it's always good to have that support when others can say, yeah, this is what we're going through, or this is the decision that we got to make, and I don't know if my mate can handle this and that. And so it's very good to have that support. It's good that you all have formed. Now, did you all form the groups, or they were already formed?
no, I actually started it in
Okay.
in 2014.
Okay.
Yeah, I started the group in 2014.
Okay.
In my previous marriage, because again, she couldn't help. She couldn't understand.
Okay.
I would come to her in pain and all, and just trying to get her to understand. So I can't help you.
Yeah.
You need to find your support group.
Yeah. Sometimes I will tell him, I can't help you that.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. But I don't.
It comes from a different place.
Yeah,
than
yeah,
her.
yeah.
But I don't hold myself in such high regards that, I'm normal and you're
Right.
not.
You're being honest. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not sure how to support you on this.
And at the end
but
of the day,
I
anything
will.
can happen to me too.
Right.
I can't say that I'm.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna need your help.
Right.
Yeah, so that's how the other person was. He was more or less, I can help you, but oh my God, I'm so sick, and I need you to stop feeling bad about yourself. Not saying that I was, but I just need you to stop having your mess at the moment and take care of me.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's no stop button on it.
Yeah.
If I could erase it, I would.
Right.
If I could take it from
Take it back.
I am blessed. I tell everybody that I am blessed with her.
Yeah.
I don't
right there with him with my glove on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta be. You have to be. You're a team.
Yeah.
And that's part of marriage. You're a team. And when people go into marriage, and again, this is not to discourage anybody. I encourage, if this is something that you really want, if you desire to be married, like I tell women, especially my friends, if you desire to be married, that's a beautiful thing. But a lot of times the reason why you're not married right now, because deep down inside, you're not understanding what the intricate details of being married requires.
Mm-hmm.
And when you get to this point of in sickness and health, for better or for worse, and I think I'm going to create a series just for that, just to break down some of these vows, because even for the better or for worse, rich or poor, going back to our discussion last week with the bus driver thing and whatnot, rich or poor, like a lot of these commitments that we're just saying, we're not honoring them, and we're not taking them to heart, and because we don't understand it, we're just saying it, and really not giving any thought that sickness and health is real.
Right. And I would say, all titles aside, all vows aside, I love myself enough to love me just as I am, and I would hope that we hope that we all find someone who loves us, flaws and all, and takes that in and says, "Hey, I care for you just as much as you care for you."
Right.
Let's make this work. And I got that in my person.
Yeah. Aww. So listen, what's next for you all? What's going on next for you?
I don't know. Maybe we can take this thing to Dubai or something.
Speaking.
No, we're looking forward to growing together. That's our main goal. Maybe world fame and fortune is for us. Maybe it's not. But just making sure that we keep that solid foundation between the two of us and grow and glow. And if other people see it as an example, then cool.
And I think that's really what God is pushing me on, creating the podcast and whatnot, and focusing more on that than anything. Definitely in the Black community, is our relationship is not to gloat. It is just to show that this is attainable.
This
is attainable.
Yeah, it can be done. And again, it can be done. This is what I don't want people to get discouraged. It can be done. But just know that through those trials and those tribulations, you're going to have to work.
It's gonna be ugly.
You're going to have to cry and so forth. It's going to take a lot. So listen, we're going to take one more break. And when we come back, we're going to wrap this thing up with LaRon and Lisa and the mailroom. We'll be right back on 101tkoradio.com. Just okay.
And go.
And we are back live in the mailroom, 101 TKO Radio. We are wrapping it up. The Plush Lab says very thought-provoking conversation. Sometimes illness is a hard thing to discuss with your partner. And that was the basis of our conversation today, for better, for worse, sickness and in health. And we didn't even break down the better for worse. And I think I'm going to do a series on that. I don't know. I got to go home and pray about it because, again, it's not to discourage people from getting married. It's to enlighten what goes on in a marriage. And sickness and health is one of those segments in a marriage that can take a toll on you. You know, and it's a real thing. You know, you have to be honest with yourself, and you have to say, I'm not sure if I can handle this. Or you can go in and say, you know what, I'm built for this. I'm ready to take care of somebody. Yeah. You know, as I shared before, in my first time around, I thought in my head, I was ready to take care. You know, I could take care of everything else. But when it came to that sickness and health, I was like, oh, you know, I'm like, oh, no, I can't do that. But now I'm here. Like, you know, I'm mature enough in my walk. I'm mature in my marriage, and just mature overall to say, this is something I can do and I'm willing to do, and so forth. So listen, we have a lot that's going on with 101 TKO Radio. Make sure you download that app so you can keep in contact with what's going on. The mailroom got some things coming up and so forth. Y'all will be back here next week with us. You'll be back next week.
I start school next week.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Listen to you. Congratulations. What's your major? Nursing. Oh, so this is right up your alley.
She's gonna be nurse and then nurse practitioner.
It's something I've always wanted to do.
Yeah.
I got my bachelor's in biology with nothing else behind it. So
okay.
And I've been out of school so long, you ain't got to kind of start over. So I guess I want to, proclaim that title of caregiver. I don't want to take care of him, but I'll pay somebody else to do that.
But so now it puts you in that light of, okay, I know what to do. I know what to expect. Yeah. Because a nurse, you're a caregiver for the world. Right. And then, so that takes a special person. My hat's off to nurses because
I'm a natural nurturer.
Yeah.
So, like I said, for me,
it's second nature for us.
Yeah.
Like even you being my friend, if you'd have been like, "Hey, I'm down bad,"
yeah,
help,
she would
like,
have been the first
if you would have allowed,
yeah,
I would have been like, "Oh yeah, I got a couple days I can take out."
Yeah. And see, I'm that person that I can.
I'll say no.
Yeah, I'll say no. I'd be like, I'm good.
I'd be like, "Hey, I left a box outside the door with everything you need."
I'm like, I'm good. My sister's like that. She wanted to be a nurse. She is that natural caregiver, and she would do it. Me, I'm like, I will send you a gift card to get something, or like I'm that friend that will set up an Amazon list for you and have everything shipped to you. But like actually physically taking care of somebody else, I'm unable to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm gonna provide the resources for you. My friends know that. But I can take care of Chef and I can take care of my sister and my niece, my immediate family. Right. But everybody else, physically, I won't be able to do it.
I'm on that unconditional capacity.
Yeah. And you have to understand your role, Like I won't be able to say, oh, I can come and clean you up. I can clean your house up. You know what I'm saying?
I've worked at a public restaurant and cleaned toilets for other people. So just say, I might as well just wipe somebody else's butt and get paid to do it.
Get paid to do it. So
we're men.
Yeah.
We were men.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of a relationship. That again, when God connects you, when you have that divine connection, it's going to work. Yes. It's going to, because you're part. Right. Because, and again, that's because now you're more mature in your spirit and your soul, your mind, and like this is
took me through a Ranger.
Right.
I'm working on my book for that.
Right. And that's the honesty part of it, that you have to get to the point in a relationship and to say, yeah, I can do this. I can do this without a doubt. Like now I could take care of my boo Chef without a doubt. You know what I'm saying? It ain't.
I could have taking care of my first one in the first place, but certain other things like emotional factors.
Yeah.
Really made me be like, you know what? I'm mad with you right now. I don't want to wipe your butt.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna let you sit in that for a little while because you done piss me off.
Yeah. Well, not me.
It was like, what's your girl off of that movie?
Diarrhea Black. Yeah, my Diarrhea Man Black Woman. When she dumped him in the toilet, which by the way, he should have been dead. The way she dumped him in the toilet in the tub, because it should have broken his neck.
He could have survived.
What your pimp said?
Breaking of the neck. I'm like, but see that I right. Listen.
I can incapacitate you. It doesn't matter.
Chef already know. Listen, make me mad if you want to, but he already But I mean, you have to get to that point where you honestly can say, I am ready and I'm willing to go down that road. If anything was to happen, I'm willing. The movie From Scratch was a really great movie on Netflix, and it was talking about that very same thing, So yeah, definitely check that out. From Scratch and so forth. So y'all listen, we are coming to a close to another great show. Nelson, you got anything coming up? Nope. He said nope.
Enjoy myself over the holidays.
And you deserve it. Make sure you do. You are a hard-working engineer. We thank you. LaRon, anything coming up?
No, just working on a podcast and working on some stuff with you and stuff. The Sofa Pillow Talk is coming pretty soon, guys. So if you haven't,
that's gonna be an interesting conversation.
Oh man, we have some great couples
on this journey.
Yeah,
it's yet another spiritual journey for us.
Okay.
So we got. I guess we do have a lot going on.
Okay. Well, we're looking forward to that. Landon, you got anything coming up? No, Landon said, I don't know what you're doing. You trying to get me on this mic? Nope. Listen, I need y'all to make sure that y'all have downloaded that app. Download that app, please, so you can keep up with 101 TKO Radio and the mailroom. It's a lot of things that's happening. Summer is coming up. The kids are out. Y'all better have them activities. Summer is, hot Atlanta. Listen, enjoy your weekend. Atlanta is closed. Go somewhere else. They closed on Monday. But no, you guys, make sure you enjoy yourself. Be safe out there and just stay connected. And until next week, y'all. Oh, we got a fascinating show next week.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, next week.
You're trying to make me be in the studio.
We're talking about deal breakers again.
Pay some money for you to be
this is a conversation.
I love you, but your feet are ugly. And on that note, we're out. Peace. They ain't rubbing them ugly feet.
I gotta see you some money to get that was the line of business right there. Hold that, cause you.
Peace, y'all. That's funny. All right, let me go to the bathroom. Y'all better listen if you want to win. Thank y'all for tuning in. Oh, I'm talking to them. You know what?